We got a doozy for you today. So there's this trend on TikTok where musicians are kind of begging for viewers and plays on their Spotify and their TikTok.
So each one of these videos is a sob story from an artist who's saying they made a song, it's super beautiful, it's the best song that they've ever made, potentially the best song that they've ever heard.
You throw out this story and then it's all about this one thing, and that one thing is never shown.
Yeah, they never play the song in the video. It's just alluded to.
There's this product that we're not going to tell you about. This is what it's done to me.
It's really weird because music is probably the most easily demonstrated type of art that you can show on TikTok.
Let's just jump into it and see what these people are like and what these TikToks are all about.
Do you want a full screen?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so the first one we got is from Badly Music, and I think this was one of the first ones we saw. Okay, let's take a look.
I really messed up. So here's the story.
I need us to rewind in the tape, but I think it just said sex in big letters on his notepad. Be careful with sex if you don't want kids.
This is all a big fucking joke.
So here's the story. I was looking at fireworks, I got nostalgic. I started reading old texts, I got sad.
This was already a roller coaster of a day for this guy.
I knew I wanted to make a song about it. I started writing, started singing, started producing. I did pretty much all of it on live stream. I was up for 60 hours straight at one point. Coffee. My dog was an essential partner during this, as well as these ducks.
There's a lot going on here. The fireworks and texts made him nostalgic, so he decided to write a song that he live streamed for over 60 hours straight at one point.
I think the main points over this little segment here is, I'm an emotional guy. I just was getting nostalgic. And then flex. I was up all night, working, grinding on this song. My dog was an essential part of this. And these ducks. And if you're a 14-year-old girl, you'd probably be going, aw, and you'd be a quick like. And then you'd be curious, who doesn't want to know what the end product of this?
Midway through, I decided to make a second song because it sounded beautiful.
This man's strumming on his guitar, not plugged into anything. He's going, goddamn, I'm the next John Lennon.
So the caption for this is, I know it's a long shot. ... but you guys could really change my life. His life doesn't seem too bad right now. He's got this nice coffee maker,
$1,000 worth of gear,
presumably lives at his parents' house, but still.
I spent all the money I had saved to get the songs mastered, and I love them, so I released.
This is the best part. This is where they spend their entire life savings on mastering one song.
I looked at that guy's Fiverr account, and I think that his mastering cost was like $200 or $300.
I'm 21, and I don't have a label or a PR team or any of that to get the songs exposure, so it's tough. When you release music, the first week is the most important.
You know, I don't trust anyone who just drinks milk like this.
At night?
The song's been out for about a week and currently have less than 2,000 plays. So I'm currently listening to the songs in my bedroom, trying to boost them. So if we could get a few more streams on the songs, then I wouldn't feel like I really messed up.
Okay, the loop.
The classic.
We didn't comment on it, but he was saying that he doesn't have a label, he doesn't have a PR team, and he needs other people to get this song noticed for him. I don't know if he is unaware of the situation that 99% of musicians are in, but most people don't have a label and a PR team, especially when they're releasing music independently. And I get it, you could just say, hey, this is an ad for my music, but then it would be too obvious and it would not come across as like helping this poor puppy of a boy that likes ducks and drinks milk at night.
Is this the new next fucking sad boy music?
No, I listened to it. It's just another sad folk song with just a guitar. I don't even know why he spent so much money on the master for it. It's just his vocal.
Yeah, it's one guitar, this weird pad, and then his vocals that aren't even like...
It's not a crazy amount of production going into it. And a couple months later, he put out the sequel where he promotes the second song from this EP with the caption, if you like
bass.
If you like bass, this video is for you. I'm like, oh, I do like bass. Let's check this out.
If you like bass, this video is for you. And if you watch to the end, I'll show you a picture of my dog because she's adorable. So I don't know if it...
Wait, this time it said nudes at the...
God.
Oh my God, what is this? He's like doing the thing, you know how old Disney movies, they always said that they hid penises and sex in letters? He's just doing it more overtly.
Anyone else is like this, but when I'm in my fields, I put my headphones on and I do this with my head. One of the coolest things about...
This man spent his life savings on mastering and production on his last video, yet he has a Series 500 API. Each one of those modules is like $1,000.
Yeah.
And then the one on top is the Universal Audio full ass fucking compressor. This man is rolling in cash.
Why is he paying for mastering on Fiverr if he can buy this gear?
Yeah.
Like, dude, just like hire a professional engineer at that point.
About music to me is that when listening, you can really feel like you're the singer and you're releasing your emotions through their voice. I don't know if you get what I mean by that, but anyways, a couple months ago I was making coffee and I heard this melody in my head. I rushed upstairs, grabbed my guitar, and wrote the whole thing in a couple hours. My goal with the song...
This is such an expensive
Wait, those
setup.
were the same fucking pictures behind his bed.
He moved them for every shot.
contrast a really pretty guitar with a ridiculous amount of bass. I'm
I think it's playing in the background right now.
serious. Play it in your car. I promise you won't be let down.
There's a lot going on right now.
So I finished the song and released it with another song.
I bet you this Hummer thing back here is his car.
Okay now, and you guys really blew that one up. I know I'm in no position to ask for anything, but see how I'm Okay Now is 3 million and Rose
Now this is the best part. It's coming up. It's coming up here.
doesn't even have 1 million? Wouldn't the aesthetic be better?
Wouldn't the aesthetic be better if Roses, his second song that only has
400,000.
was also in the million? So it's not about whether the song is good. It doesn't matter. He just wants it to look like both songs are good songs and are streaming well.
I'm going to call up my bank, ask them what they think about my bank account. Are these numbers aesthetically pleasing? Can we up them a little bit? Can we up them so I have a more aesthetic bank
My
account?
checkings account has $100, but my savings account only has $50. Can we do something about that? I need this to look aesthetically pleasing.
If Roses were also in the millions, but all jokes aside, I love this song, and if you listened, you could really
What was the joke that he was putting aside?
I think maybe the aesthetically pleasing part was a joke. It seemed pretty sincere to me.
Yeah.
help me and my dog move out of my parents' house.
I think you can move out of your parents' house if you stop spending thousands of dollars on vocal compressors just to release generic indie music that you have to pay to get mastered.
A 3-layer song, the crazy bass that he talks about. One sub, acoustic guitar, and his vocals.
I've had enough of Badly. So this one is a little bit different. This is about a guy who did make it and is telling us about it, but still manages to make it a sob story.
Yo, what's up, guys? So this is how I got signed to Universal at 16.
Man looks like Dylan Tallchief.
Yeah.
A bunch of demos, and they ended up getting back to me and inviting me over to their Capitol Records building to have a listening session. I showed them 24 of my songs, and they ended up signing 2 and releasing 1. Oh, and I also sent it to Afrojack, and
Afrojack is no longer relevant.
he really liked it and followed me on Twitter. This was release day on Instagram. So many people posted it, and I just got so much love. But it only did about 180 the first day and like 50 streams a day.
Like it, how it's like trying to have this sad story of how it's only gotten so many views, but you can already see that it has a massive spike right after.
Like he could have just moved the camera a little bit over.
And now we get to see him crying in bed because his song didn't instantly blow up.
Less than what I was expecting, and it really affected my mental health a lot, but I kept
God.
No.
All seriousness, mental health is a big issue, but don't throw it out like this. Don't just throw it on there. Like, you know what's really gonna pop? Let's throw a little bit of mental health in there.
My face when my mental health is bad.
He literally cut this in.
Yeah.
When he's talking about mental health and he's doing a goddamn duck face.
and tried not to let it affect me. Then randomly I got added to this playlist and this playlist.
He did not randomly get added.
Oh,
his,
true. Yeah.
His song is signed to Universal. Universal put the song in the playlist. That's what labels do.
Yes.
This isn't like some stroke of luck that he came across. This was probably planned. His manager definitely knew beforehand. Like, yeah, you're getting into beast mode. Just like give it 2 days.
Such a shame.
This was over 600 people listening to me at 1 second, shortly after it hit 1 million streams on Spotify, and I was going,
This man had a goddamn party for 1 million streams. Congrats, dude. Congrats.
And I get it. This kid's like 16 and
And
he's
it's-
probably pretty excited about it, but
and now it's almost at 3 million. So thank you for listening.
we never learned how he got signed. This was just like, yeah, well, I sent demos and they liked them, so they signed them, and then they put them in a playlist. And then I got lots of plays. Thanks for watching.
Making it seem like it just was no effort from him at all.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
This is David Hugo or Sophie. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Based on this thumbnail.
I wrote a song I thought was so good that I dropped out of college a week later. So
back again with, I wrote the best song of all time. Shut the fuck up. Let the people who are listening to your music decide whether it's good or not.
I moved home and made a deal with my parents that I have 1 year to make it in music before I have to go back to school.
Was that his dad?
No, I think that was his friend acting as his dad.
That song for 9 months because that's how long it takes to make a baby. I have the same manager as Troye Sivan. I love you, Danny. And plenty of songs to follow it up with. Dangerous has been out for 2 days and you've streamed it over 60,000 times. There's 100 days left until the end of the year, which means my window is closing pretty fast. But I'm not worried.
Another thing that he isn't really making clear is that as soon as he got signed by Troye Sivan's manager, his parents were no longer concerned about him going back to school. He's verified on TikTok. Like, clearly this is working for him. I don't think his parents are still like, you did really good, kid. You got signed by one of the biggest music acts managers. You're doing great on TikTok. Your song streamed 60,000 in 2 days, which is insane. But, you know, if you don't have the Beyonce feature by New Year's, we're going to have to send you back to school.
If there's anything I've seen in the last 24 hours, it's that when Gen Z shows up, they show up big. You have the power to choose my destiny.
If we have the power to choose your destiny, what makes you so special?
I want to choose that he goes back to school. Can I choose that as his destiny?
Just go with it and stop trying to use this shitty marketing tactic to exploit 14-year-olds.
After in 8 years, or will I be living out my dream of sharing music with the world?
Will I be a doctor or will I be living my dream?
Things are going pretty good for you. You're either a multi-million stream artist or you're a multi-million-dollar doctor.
Like, these two options are not, I don't feel bad for either one of them.
This is just privilege written in stone.
You decide. Thanks. I'm David Hugo, and I wrote a song I thought was so good.
Another loop. I really just don't enjoy when they write these things and make it seem like life or death, that they have to get famous within a couple days of the song coming out. It's such an unrealistic expectation for an artist. If you're getting 60,000 streams in 2 days, you're fine. So after watching this video, I went to the comments and my girlfriend pointed out this Edit Creds guy. And it turns out that there is a kingpin to these. 2 years ago, I had a heart attack and my whole family died, and then I wrote the most beautiful song ever. Come stream it on Spotify. This is the guy. He came up with this, and he has his own video about the struggle of learning to create these videos for other people.
2 years ago, I sat in a dorm room with a camera and a dream of doing something that mattered in the world. But there was a problem. Plain and simply, no one gave a shit about me or the videos I made. 10 views, 5 views.
You shouldn't be this concerned about getting a couple views since it was published. Just do it because you want to do it. I think a lot of people are expecting to instantly make a livelihood off of it.
222 views. You should be happy with that.
2 views. It felt like I had more to give to the world, but nobody would listen to me. That is when it hit me. How many artists out there felt the same way? Maybe I could...
This guy is smug, being like, I'm gonna fucking game TikTok and make a ton of money.
share their stories with the world. Every day for 6 months after that, I spent 8 hours researching, scripting, shooting, editing, repeating, and you guys started listening.
So now I've built a team dedicated to posting.
He's got 5 people hired for him. Clearly they're editing for other people like David Hugo, who's like a verified popular TikToker, right?
This is funny. I'm just noticing this now. In this artist profile he has here, art, not algorithm. If there's anything that is so blatantly a lie, that statement right there. This is all algorithm.
Yeah. Like the whole point of these things is to game the algorithm.
Every single day. It's time these new artists get the spotlight.
That's the origin story of these videos that have now caught on. I personally think that it's totally okay to try to promote your own music. It's just the format where they're trying to be this unique little special flower, all of them, and they all do it the same way. It doesn't feel genuine. It feels like an ad. You're just being told to go listen to this person because they need money. And isn't that the case with like everyone?
Yeah.
Why do I care about this guy?
I wonder how many other artists are feeling this way. Probably everyone who's making music feels this way. It's just the nature of creating things. The worst part is that the end goal for a lot of these creators that he's specifically talking about is to get famous,
To blow up.
to get recognition, to feel validated. Just do this because you love it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the process.
But Riley, if they don't get famous, they're going to have to be a doctor.
Oh, what the fuck? Who wants to be? A
God
doctor?
damn. Fuck, in these times? Why do we
Man.
need doctors anymore?
We decided that, hey, we should do this exact format.
Yeah, we're not getting views.
Yeah,
so
come
why
on.
not? We can get famous too.
You know what? If it's so easy, we can do this too.
Roll it.
We really fucked up. So here's what happened. We were watching the Jack U 2015 Ultra set when we got nostalgic. We listened to our old tracks. We got sad. We decided to focus our sadness into creating the greatest indie pop EDM banger of all time. We started writing, producing, singing, OTTing. We pretty much did it all on live stream for 7 days straight. Imagine that. Monty. Our neighbor's dog was an essential part of this. And Dirty Mike. We finished the song, and Rob's girlfriend drew this picture for the album art. We were so excited. After spending thousands of dollars we don't have on top of the line EQs, compressors, interfaces, whatever you want, we decided to skip out on mastering ourselves and spend the rest of our life savings mastering it on Fiverr. We love them. We're 23, don't have a label or a PR team. It's tough. Even though we put ourselves in this situation over brain dead decision making, the song's been out for about a week and it has less than 4 plays. So we've been sitting in a room listening to our song like the privileged narcissists we are, and we're trying to boost the plays so we can receive validation. So if we can get a few more streams on our song, it wouldn't look like